Welcome to Monday Night Raw live in Austin, Texas, in which we're going to hear from the revolutionary, the visionary Seth frickin' Rollins, who, well, at SummerSlam was screwed at the World Heavyweight Championship. Well, Seth seems to be in a much happier mood than I thought he would be after what happened, but you've got to imagine that this is all just a front from Seth, and when he gets down to the ring, we're going to hear what's really on the mind of Seth frickin' Rollins, obviously at WrestleMania. At SummerSlam, he challenged John Cena for the World Heavyweight Championship and was moments away from becoming World Heavyweight Champion when out of nowhere the man that John Cena screwed up the championship at WrestleMania, CM Punk made his way down to the ring. Seth Rollins would go outside the ring to stop Punk from getting the run with a steel chair and, well, told Punk to leave. Punk would then do so, but Seth would say something that only CM Punk would hear, more possibly, which would see Punk turn around and hit him with a GTS, sending him back into the ring where John Cena then would hit him with a brass knuckles later in the match and then pin him with an attitude adjustment to retain the World Heavyweight Championship. Well, let's hear what Seth freaking Rollins has to say here tonight as the crowd sing his song here on Monday Night Rollins. Well, Austin, Texas, and you see, I was in a good mood until I realised what I needed to talk about, and that is what happened last night at SummerSlam, where I had John Cena beat. I had him there ready to stomp his face into them and restore honour and prestige back to the World Heavyweight Championship by winning that title back, and like I said, making it the main title in WWE once again until a man I don't even want to say his name, a cancer to this industry, CM Punk stuck his nose in business that didn't concern him. Because, well, you see, he's a selfish coward. He saw me about to succeed and bring honour back to that championship that he couldn't do whilst he held it. And so he stole it from me. You cost me the title because you knew it was my time, and that yours, well, is well past it. Punk is old, let's be honest. He's old and he's washed. And, well, Cena, enjoy that championship while you can, because Punk, I'm coming for you first, and I'm going to rip out the cancer from WWE for once and send you back where you came from and back where you belong, which is out of this industry. And well, it seems a certain CM Punk has heard enough of Seth Rollins that is making his way out here to confront the man who's just been talking about him, about what happened at SummerSlam. And we're going to get some clarity between these two as to why what happened as SummerSlam happened. And we'll see CM Punk making his return to WWE at SummerSlam after being, well, screwed at the title at WrestleMania by John Cena, like I mentioned. And we've got to imagine that this man is looking to get back into the title picture, get his rematch for what happened at WrestleMania, and get back the gold he held for many months that he was only screwed out of at WrestleMania by John Cena, as those two were having a classic matchup. But let's see what's going to happen between these two. Will they exchange words, or will they come to blows here tonight? Both could happen. Both have a very high chance of happening. Let's see what CM Punk has to say to Seth Rollins and vice versa here tonight on Monday Night Raw. Just hold it there a second, Seth. You've been out crying like last night that the world owes you something. And let me make this very clear. Since you're not as bright as the cut-off clothes that you wear, you're clearly dumb as a rock. I didn't come out at SummerSlam for you. I came out for John Cena. And, well, Cena, he stood a championship from me at WrestleMania. And last night was about payback. I came back, and all you had to do was just sit there and watch. But you were at the wrong place and the wrong time. But you could have reaped the rewards. You could have been World Heavyweight Championship, but no, the World Heavyweight Champion, but no, your ego got the better of you. You wanted to prove you're the man, and it cost you everything. So don't blame me for your failure. You had your shot and you blew it, so you're back to the line now, and it's time for a real man to step up to John Cena and win that championship back. Just get out of it, Punk. Get out of my face before I destroy it and make you even somehow uglier than that rat of a dog, Larry, that you have. And more things getting heated and personal between these two, and Punk didn't like that comment and went for a roundhouse kick, but Rollins saw it coming, and Rollins fires him with a drop kick. Punk reverses though, as these two are now brought in. Punk looking for the GTS, looking to repeat what happened last night, but Rollins with some forearms to the face, slipping at the back here. Rocky and Punk here, a punch to the face, and Rollins, what's he thinking of Rollins? For a standing stomp to CM Punk, dropping him middle of the ring. Adam Pearce is trying to get security out of him, and Rollins isn't done. Rollins with a second stomp, busted open CM Punk. And one of the definite issues between these two are going to be over anytime soon as to what happened at SummerSlam, what was just said here tonight. And more security is getting down here with Adam Pearce, and Punk, or Rollins, is escaping for the crowd. And well, after the altercation between CM Punk and Seth Rollins, a beginner action here tonight with a tag team match. It out first is Fraxiom looking to get themselves a debut victory here on the main roster, as they look to maybe go at the tag team gold that's currently held, obviously, like I mentioned, by the bloodline in Tongaloa and Tamatonga, and also Solas Dakota's bloodline and the High Chief The Rock, who have been, well, holding those titles hostage since WrestleMania. And well, Fraxiom will be looking to continue their high-speed success that they had done in NXT, looking to never slow down here on the main roster and continue where they left off on, well, NXT, but here on the main roster. And well, let's see who they're taking on here tonight in the opening bout of Monday Night Raw. And well, it's going to be Kit Wilson and Elton Prince of Pretty Deadly, another team that achieved things down in NXT, not as much as Fraxiom did, but they're looking to get back towards the tag team title picture. They've challenged for in the past, but came up short when they have done.
357 pounds, Elton Prince and Kit Wilson, Pretty Deadly.
And well, as these two make their way down to the ring, so a chorus of boos here from the crowd tonight. Let's send you to some footage backstage recorded from earlier tonight with John Cena and R-Truth, as John Cena attempted to enter the building after retaining his title at SummerSlam against Seth Rollins in the main event, as we just heard the fallout of that between CM Punk and Seth Rollins. Let's send you over to the footage from earlier tonight. Truth, what in the world are you doing? Why are you not letting me into the building? Just step out of the way and let me in the building, because I need to get in and do what I need to do. So Truth, just get the hell out of the way. I can't do that, John, if that is your real name. You see, I've got to let the real John Cena into the building. I'm not too sure who you are. You're clearly like a Hollywood clone or something, because, well, I thought you were just John Cena acting like a bad guy, but clearly you've done something to the real John Cena, and I need to know what. So tell me where the real John Cena is, so I can go save him and he can kick your ass, because we need the real John Cena back, not the imposter we have right in front of me. Truth, real funny, I am John Cena. If you don't get out of my way right now and let me into the building, then I'm going to show you that I am the real John Cena and drop you where you stand right now, you understand? And as you can see, R-Truth will refuse to move out of the way of John Cena, and Cena would snap and hit him with an AA onto the concrete, and he wasn't done there. For some reason, Cena could have just walked away, walked into the arena, and got to whatever he needed to do here tonight, but Cena then would hoist up R-Truth for a second time, walk him further into the parking lot onto the, well, concrete, the harder concrete, and drop him there. And the, well, medical staff will check out R-Truth, and we'll have a medical update for you next week. And well, as you saw, John Cena attempted to enter the building, but R-Truth would, I guess, get confused and say that the real John Cena isn't him, and wouldn't let him into the building. And John Cena then hit him with 2 AAs into the concrete. Medical staff are checking over R-Truth backstage. I've been since before the show even started, and while John Cena has been sent away from the building after Adam Pearce intercepted him and well, sent him away from the building, which John Cena was more than happy to oblige, as he doesn't have to come to work today since that happened. Let's get this tag team match underway between Pretty Deadly and Fraxiom, and see which of these two tag teams can pick up a victory here on Monday Night Raw to start the show off with, and which one will maybe heading their way towards a title picture here in the near future. And away we go here in this one. Fraxiom starting this one off here Axiom starting off this one for Fraxiom, as we Kit Wilson in the ring with Axiom here with a boot to the side of the head. They're taking down the Spaniard, a jawbreaker there. Now just raining down some punches to the face of Axiom here. But imagine that Pretty Dead would love, if I can get my words out, that'd be great. Would love nothing more than to spoil the debut of Fraxiom here tonight. But there's Axiom with a huge Enquiry. And Axiom now in control. Looking to use the speed and athleticism here, flying into the corner. A huge kick there to the chest, rocking. Kit Wilson to the mat, and there's a shooting star press, from a standing position. And Kit Wilson kicks out there to keep the matchup alive for Pretty Deadly. And that's now with some huge chops here too. Kit Wilson looking for a kick there, but there's a huge shot there to the nose there of Axiom. Now see if we can get Kit Wilson hoists up the high flyer, who slips at the back here. Axiom now, what's he thinking here? Axiom looking for a Hurricane Rana, but caught by Kit Wilson with a face buster there. And Kit now sending Nathan Fraser to ringside. This is a smart head from Kit Wilson, who's looking to put this one away here, dropping him down over a Bear Hug Spine Buster. Into the cover. Could it be a short knife for Pretty Deadly here tonight? But Axiom kicks out and Nathan Fraser would have broken up the pinfall either way, I believe, but now he's got into the ring. He can't now get into the ring again unless it's a tag for his team. As Axiom's in a bad way, but he slips at the back here. Axiom, super kick reverse though. And Kit Wilson with a huge uppercut there. You may not like Pretty Deadly, but kind of deny the tag team smarts of these two. This has been clearly a game plan they've had since before this matchup even started, as now looking to utilise some tag team manoeuvres here, looking to send Axiom off the rope, so looking to get him down there and now drop in. Looking to just stay on the attack here off the ropes here, looking for an assisted splash into a leg drop into the cover. And Axiom kicks out once again there. Well, I just saw Kit Wilson just guarding the ring, not allowing Axiom to get to Nathan Fraser. Even if he didn't kick out there, it wouldn't have mattered. We'll see Nathan Fraser can't get back into the ring unless there's a tag for Axiom, who's in a bad way here. Axiom leads to the midsection. A shot there to the back there. And Elton Prince now looking for a drop kick there to Nathan Fraser, and he gets it the second time. But Axiom in a bad way here, as Axiom gets out of the way, but we're looking for a tag and realises that no one's there. And Axiom has to fight himself with a Spanish fly from a standing position. But Elton Prince kicks out there. That's impressive there for Axiom as Nathan Fraser gets back to his feet here. And Fraser now looking for the tag to save Axiom here. And Fraser now, simple but effective shot there to the midsection. And Fraser here dropping the elbow through the chest. And another elbow there, keeping Elton Prince down there, stopping the hot tag there if he could get to it. And now sling blade. It's Nathan Fraser now, what's he thinking of? Nathan Fraser looking to fly here, springboard, elbow drop. But he's not done there. That's Fraser now. Elton Prince are recovering, but Nathan Fraser saw it coming. And Fraser now, top rope with a swanton bomb to a standing Elton Prince. Innovative offense there, but there's Kit Wilson breaking up the pinfall to keep their title hopes alive. Pretty Deadly there. So another sling blade there by Nathan Fraser, who's in control of this one now. That's Fraser now. Prince rocked where he wants him off the ropes here. Elton Prince fights out of it. There was some punches to the face there after grabbing hold of the waist and using his momentum to stop himself. A huge headbutt there. Drops Nathan Fraser. Fraser could be rocked after that huge headbutt here. So Pretty Deadly looking to put this one away here. Looking for spilt milk. And there we go. That could be all she wrote here tonight. Will Axiom get into the ring to break it over? Will Nathan Fraser be able to kick it out? One. Well, not even a 2 count because Axiom was in there to break it up. Kit Wilson are dropping Axiom for his troubles. That's Kit now. Looking for a huge shot there, but Nathan Fraser saw it coming. A huge chop there echoing around the arena. That's Fraser with a huge overhead belly to belly. And Fraser now sending Elton Prince to ringside. That's Fraser here. What's he thinking next there? That's Prince on the ropes here. Knee to the face. Fraser looking to once again take out Elton Prince. Back elbow there. As Fraser now over the top. Looking to drop the elbow. Through the heart again there. Gets it. As Fraser into the cover here to win this matchup for Fraxiom. But Kit Wilson kicks out there just about. Well, Prince back into the ring here. That's just maybe screwed over himself as well. He got into the ring maybe expecting to break up a pinfall, but that wasn't to be the case. As Kit Wilson back in control here. Some boots to the side of the face of Nathan Fraser to keep the high flyer down here. Keep him grounded. Stop his most effective arsenal. That's the game plan here. As Fraxiom, they're back in control. And Nathan Fraser turning up the speed here. And Fraser now. Well, the motto is never slow down. We're about to see it to full effect. Shannon Wizard. Suicide dive there, taking out Elton Prince. Back into the ring here. Elbow to the face again to cape up. Well, this one could be on its way to being over here. As well, sending Kit Wilson into the corner here, tagging in Axiom. Well, looking to dropping down with a brainbuster. And a frog splash there from the top, from the heavens there from Axiom. Into the cover. And Fraxiom pick up the victory. As well, Elton Prince and Nathan Fraser there were arguing at ringside as Fraser was stopping Prince getting back into the ring. He wanted because he wanted to be able to get back into range to the rules of this matchup. But Fraxiom on the debut here, I believe, get a victory over Pretty Deadly and Company AB on their way to tag team title success. After SummerSlam, we go to our next PLE, which will reveal pretty soon. But what a tag team matchup this was. Both teams coming close to getting a victory on multiple occasions. Oh, Pretty Deadly on another night may have got the victory, but Fraxiom doesn't enough in the tank here tonight to beat Pretty Deadly, and Axiom in the end. And to the brainbuster there for Nathan Fraser with a frog splash from the heavens. Got a victory for Fraxiom on the debut, like I mentioned, and what a showcase it was from them here tonight. And I believe we're going to hear from Liv Morgan and Dominic Mysterio up next after this matchup. It should be interesting to hear what they have to say after Liv Morgan successfully defended a tag team title, the Women's World Heavyweight Championship at SummerSlam against Roxanne Perez with help from Dominic Mysterio at ringside. Well, Fraxiom, what a match this was here tonight from them, and what a showcase it was from Pretty Deadly. As that frog splash there from Axiom got the job done. That's a big debut victory for them here on the main roster. And well, after that great tag team match with Fraxiom getting the victory, it seems someone from the Judgment Day is coming out here, and I believe it's going to be the Women's World Champion Liv Morgan, who last night defeated Roxanne Perez at SummerSlam to retain the championship. And I believe she's going to be out here to send a message and deliver a promo to the women's locker room here in WWE, joined by the man that lost to Penta last night for the RC Championship for a second time, challenging him at WrestleMania for the title and lost. Challenge at SummerSlam and also lost. Penta is still undefeated to make his debut and winning the RC Championship and continue his reign. Well, it doesn't seem like Dominic is too worried about that one, because Liv Morgan is still the Women's World Heavyweight Champion after defeating Roxanne Perez with help from Dominic Mysterio, who was ringside at SummerSlam to help Liv get their victory, distracting Roxanne Perez on multiple occasions, and in the end, costing Perez the matchup in which she could have become the youngest Women's World Champion in history, defeating that woman right there in Liv Morgan in the process. And it was moments away from being from happening until that man Dominic Mysterio stuck his nose in the business of that matchup and helped Liv Morgan retain. And let's see what these two unpopular figures here in WWE have to say here tonight. And apparently Liv Morgan has a important message for the women's locker room here in WWE. Let's see what these two are going to say. And it promises to be incredible, and this crowd does not seem too happy to see these two here tonight after what happened at SummerSlam. At SummerSlam, I did exactly what I said I was going to do. And Roxanne Perez, she's talented, she's hungry, she's the so-called future of the division, the prodigy. And I proved she's not on my level, just like everyone before her. I have beaten every single woman they've thrown at me, and I've carried this title longer, stronger, and better than anyone else ever has. And I'm the greatest Women's World Champion of all time, and that's a fact, and that's period. There's nothing anyone can do to dispute that. And the truth is, there's no one left. Nobody in the locker room can touch the level that I'm on, and nobody can take this championship away from me. So unless WWE wants to start flying at opponents from Mars, you're all going to have to just get used to the sight right here of Liv Morgan on top forever, where she belongs. And oh, my mummy's back. Rhea Ripley is back in WWE. We haven't seen her since the night after WrestleMania when she was taken out by Raquel Rodriguez in the parking lot after being screwed out of the championship by the woman in the ring. And Liv Morgan, as Rhea is back on Monday Night Raw, and Liv Morgan and Dominic Mysterio look shocked in the ring. And Dominic going out to stop Rhea Ripley, and Liv Morgan's hightailing it out of here. Liv Morgan wants no business with Rhea Ripley as Dominic Mysterio up to the ramp. Rhea Ripley kick to the midsection. It's going to feel damn good for Rhea. But Ripley, a riptide, and they're making their way down to the ring. But Liv Morgan has ran out of here. And live, enjoy that title while you can, because Mummy's back in town. Well, you know why I called you to my office? Let's cut the games, let's cut all the pedantics. Last week, Austin Theory was attacked in the parking lot. You two are partners, you're always together. I've got people in my ear telling me you know more than you let it on. So tell me straight, did you do it, or do you know something more about what happened, so we can get down to what happened with Austin Theory and deal with the situation as we need to, since Theory is out injured? Pierce, you really think I'd attack Theory? I thought guys with glasses were meant to be smart. He's my partner, but let's be real. If someone did take him out, can you really blame them? I mean, it's Austin Theory's loud. Half the locker room can't stand him. But me, Nan, I didn't do it. If I had, it would have been questioned. I mean, let's be honest, you'd be applauding me, but I didn't do it. So you're barking at the wrong tree, Pierce. You need to go find who actually did it, because I know nothing. I didn't do it, and you need to solve this issue. And we'll continue on Monday Night Raw here in Austin, Texas. Bayley is out for action. A woman who made a return a few weeks ago, picked up a victory upon a return, and last week lost in a matchup, but now she's looking to get back into winning ways in this matchup here on Monday Night Raw.
The following contest is scheduled for one fall, making her way to the ring from San Jose, California, Bayley.
And what a Raw it's been so far. Rhea Ripley making a long-awaited return, confronting Liv Morgan, hitting Dominic Mysterio with a riptide on the ramp down, and also Liv Morgan hightailing it out of here to escape Rhea Ripley's wrath after what they did to her at WrestleMania, and then Raquel Rodriguez attacking Rhea the night after winning that Raw in the parking lot 6 months ago, dropping her on the concrete, and we're putting her out of action for 6 months of her career, and she's back. But let's turn our attention to this matchup on Bayley. It's her time, she says, back on top. And the women's world title picture in WWE is very crowded right now. Liv Morgan, Rhea Ripley there. Bayley is looking to get up there. And maybe her opponent here tonight is going to be Lola Vice, who was seen in action in a triple threat match a few weeks ago. People lost in that one, but she impressed. And Lola Vice bringing the Miami Heat here to Austin, Texas. It wasn't needed, but it's there. It's here in Monday Night Raw as Lola Vice making her way down to the ring here to take on Bayley in one-on-one action. And this one promises to be a great match, as Lola Vice seen as the future of the women's industry. And Bayley, part of the old guard these days. She came up 10 plus years ago. She had her moments on top. But tonight, Lola Vice is looking to prove why she is the next one up, and why she maybe is the next world champion here in WWE, or at least maybe next women's intercontinental champion, that she can get a shot at Jade Cargill. But let's get this main event underway. Bayley v Lola Vice for the first time ever here tonight. And where we're going this one here, and it seems like Bayley is looking for a lock-up here with Lola Vice, thinking she will have the wrestling background advantage over Lola Vice, as Lola Vice well versed in MMA and striking. So that's what Bayley needs to avoid. Bayley needs to stick to what she knows works, or has got this far in her career, and get the job done here tonight against Lola Vice, and use her experience and her knowledge over Lola Vice tonight, who turns the wrist hold around Bayley, wrenching on the shoulder and the arm trying to just, well, dislocate the shoulder at the socket there. They tweak the elbows. Bailey with a wrist lock of her own here to the device. As these two going hold for hold in this one here. Starting off Monday Night, well, kicking off this matchup here, sorry, Monday Night Raw. With a great wrestling exchange between these two as Bailey now looking to get out of this arm wrench from behind. Battle device, both of them working the arms here in the other goings. There's Bailey now on the attack of another huge forearm there, rocking the device. Sends Lola off the ropes, caught her by Lola Vice with a kick there to the midsection. Here's a striking game of Lola Vice that Bailey needs to avoid that quick kick there. And Bailey did well to avoid it as Bailey now looking to work on the legs and take out the kicks with a dragon screw. Now Bailey off the ropes, so looking for a patented Bailey elbow drop, but no one was home there. And so Levice saw it coming on. Lola now working the kicks there. Levice with the strikes and the kicks there. As Levice hoists up Bailey, drops it on simple but effective body slam. But Bailey answers back with a quick kick of her own there to the forehead, to the temple. Now Bailey explodes a suplex, impressive strength there. Strength and a multiple time women's world champion. As Bailey now, Jessica inadvertently getting in the way of the action there. Trying to cross the ring there. As Levice now back in control with a spinning kick there. Gets a glancing blow, but the second one Bailey out of the way. And crossbody there by Bailey. Hooks the leg into a cover here. But Lola kicks out. You've got to imagine that if Lola Vice did get that kick connected in there perfectly, I think Bailey just backed up enough to just kind of get a block on it with her arm there. And take the majority of the damage here to the arm in the midsection. But Lola Vice connecting with that kick almost would have been enough to get the job done. As Bailey again working on the legs, sees the damage that needed to be done here. Now Bailey this time, second time, is the charm. And she gets the elbow drop that time. As Bailey now with Lola Vice up to her feet. What's Bailey thinking? That's Bailey now hoists her up looking for a back suplex, but Lola Vice counters. And Lola here, what's Lola Vice thinking of getting Bailey up to her feet here, looking for a spinning kick there, a black mass of her own. Right to the temple. And Bailey kicks out. Just about there. That's a danger of a striking game for Lola Vice. She can end the matchup at any time with a kick or a punch. She's looking for another one there, but Bailey blocks it. And Bailey now catches her into a Bailey to Bailey. Middle of the ring. But Lola Vice kicks out here tonight. After the Bailey to Bailey that's won multiple championships over the years, but not enough here tonight to get the job done against Lola Vice's Bailey now. Looking for a back suplex this time and gets it. It's Bailey now getting Lola Vice back to her feet. No rest for the wicked here tonight for Lola Vice. Into the corner now. It's Bailey now walking it down with some huge shots there. And Bailey now with Lola Vice standing in the corner looking to the stomp away on the midsection. And another stomp there. And Lola Vice is down but not out here. It's Bailey now in control. Bring Lola Vice. She's trying to get back to her feet and drive in her face first into the mat there. Well, this is a mean streak of Bailey that's won multiple championships as well. Coming out of her here tonight in this one. That's what competition does. It brings out the best of your opponent. And sometimes even the worst. It's a Lola Vice kick to the knee to the midsection, looking for the axe kick to the back of the head. Bailey could be out cold. But look, well, the referee didn't see the rope break, but Bailey luckily managed to recover and get the shoulders up in time there. And Jessica Cole didn't see the rope break somehow there. I don't know how she didn't see it. It was right in the line of sight there. Some kicks to the midsection as Bailey is rocked after that axe kick. Might be seeing double of Lola Vice, rushing leg sweep. Again, continues a striking game though. It's a smart hit from Lola Vice, giving Bailey no time to recover. And there's a huge forearm strike. And if Lola Vice can get the victory here, that would be a big win in her young career. So Lola Vice after the ropes goes Bailey. Bailey low. Steps at the back here. Pushes her away. And Bailey now kick to the midsection. Looking for a rose plant. Is that all she wrote here tonight? And Lola Vice just got the shoulders up. And that may have been all she had left. So Bailey drives her down to the mat there. So Bailey going to the top rope. And Bailey looking to fly, looking for a swan top, but Lola Vice out of the way. And Lola Vice with a German suplex. Is this her moment? As Lola Vice now. Quick kick there. Right to the temple. His belly out cold. The eyes are shut. But it's only a 2. What a matchup we're seeing between these two here tonight. Pushing each other to the limits, and Lola Vice impressing, as she did in that triple threat match not long ago. So Lola Vice off the ropes for a rebound. Forearm shot there right between the eyes. So now caught there by Bayley. Bayley now answers back, and Bayley now looking for a clothesline. No one's home. There's a vicious spinning back fist. Busting open Bayley. That caught me sort of. God, that was vicious. But beautiful for Lola Vice. She got the victory. She put everything behind that. All the sources, all the works were behind that one. And Bayley was out for the count. You could have counted to 50. She was not getting back up after that. And like I said, that's a danger of someone like Lola Vice who's well versed in the striking game. At any moment, it can be over. And she gets a big victory over Bayley here tonight. And that's 2 losses for Bayley in a row. After making a return, she picked up a victory. She's now lost 2 matches in a row. And maybe the new god are just showing Bayley that she's not got it anymore. That she needs to make way for who's up next. And that could be Lola Vice. But that spinning back over, that was the best she's probably ever hit. Bayley looks for a double axe handle. And Lola Vice ducked it, saw the opportunity with the momentum she had, spun it round and knocked her into next week. Maybe even into next month with that spinning back fist. And what a performance from Lola Vice. I'm still replaying that in my head right here. Ducked it, spun around, bang. And she was done. Bayley crumpled, she was out cold. You're going to count her to 50, 100, 1,000. She was not getting that shoulder up in time. And Lola Vice, what a victory for her over Bayley here tonight. And what it's time for a main event here tonight, in which Johnny Gargano, one half of DIY, is in action here tonight. I'm being told that this matchup could have title implications here soon in WWE, as Johnny Gargano is making his way out here to a chorus of moves into the new attitude of DIY. No Tommaso Ciampa at ringside here tonight, which is interesting. But maybe Ciampa's backstage, or maybe lurking somewhere waiting to get involved in this one. But Gargano is in action in our main event here tonight.
Contest is scheduled for 1 fall. Making his way to the ring, representing DIY from Cleveland, Ohio, weighing in at 199 pounds, Johnny Gargano.
And while Johnny Gargano here tonight, maybe looking to get himself a title opportunity. Last time we saw him, he got absolutely demolished in a match with Aleister Black, who made his return on SmackDown many weeks ago now, as he dealt with The Miz and is looking to move on from The Miz. But Johnny Gargano here tonight, maybe looking to get himself a title opportunity here tonight. And while we're not seeing Tommaso Ciampa in a way, I've got to imagine that Ciampa's maybe dealing with an injury or maybe something like an illness or something, but Johnny Gargano in the meantime is making sure DIY aren't forgotten about, and his action here tonight in that main event. Let's see who Gargano, sorry, is taking on. And well, it's a name we all know.
Weighing in at 302 pounds,
And Rusev is back in WWE, and I was not expecting this. Rhea Ripley returned tonight. Rusev is back in WWE. What a night it's been. That last match you just saw with Lola Vice Bayley, what a match that was. Our first match, a tag team match. That was incredible. And our main event is going to be Rusev v Johnny Gargano. 2 products of NXT. Obviously, both men have been very successful in their careers. And Rusev back after a long absence in WWE. To see on the level that Rusev's going to be back on here. Well, Rusev seems to be all about business. No Rusev Day. None of that. It's just black and white trunks of Rusev and straight business here tonight against Johnny Gargano in our main event. Well, this one promises to be an absolute incredible matchup between these two for our main event. And what away we go here. And Rusev just screaming for Gargano to bring in. Gargano's going to do such. Rusev is just letting Gargano to give his best shots here. Gargano just fires some huge shots on Rusev. Just took them. And he's asking for more from Gargano, and there's an enziguri attempt. And now Rusev grabbing Gargano here, using the strength to just hold him in place and throwing him to the mat there with authority. Now Rusev is the strength sending Gargano. What the right to Gargano though, with the speed and agility, trying to fight out of the bear hook attempt from Rusev. And Rusev now caught by Gargano, turbo tornado DDT there. And Gargano with a big shot there to get in control of this matchup. Well, Rusev seems to just be enjoying being hit by Johnny Wrestling right now, and there's a huge shot there. One shot from Rusev and Gargano's down. And Rusev just was smiling whilst looking down at Gargano. Was like Rusev, I was thinking Rusev now a fall away swim and drop there. Now looking to drop their head, but Gargano out of the way. Gargano again with another huge shot there, sending the Bulgarian Brute off the ropes there, but Rusev again answers back with a huge clothesline. And Rusev this time does drop the headbutt there to the shoulder of Johnny Gargano. That's what a night it's been so far. And Rusev on his return is looking to send a message here tonight to make do with the wrongs that happened all those years ago now for Rusev on his last run with the company. As Rusev drops the headbutt and busted open Johnny Gargano with that one. And Rusev returning to the well again there with another one. And Rusev, well, like I said, is all about business as Rusev is locking in. Well, an ankle break here. You can see the torque on the body of Johnny Gargano. Johnny Gargano needs to fight out this one quickly, as that could have been his ankle, leg, Achilles, everything gone there. Something could have snapped if it wasn't for Gargano just about getting out of that one in time. As Gargano went in the corner, but Rusev fights it again there. Rusev looking for a roundhouse kick, no one's home. Super kick by Gargano. And Gargano now middle rope here. The crowd excited to see Rusev back, not too excited to see Johnny Gargano one half of DIY. As Rusev walks into a kick. That was smart from Gargano to lure him in. Now gets him with an elevated flatliner. Middle of the ring. Well, I should say middle rope flatliner there. And Rusev kicks it out too though. And Rusev once again getting back to his feet after taking a huge shot by Gargano. Now Rusev drops again with a flatliner there. Now Gargano though. Jawbreaker by Rusev. The Bulgarian Brute now back in control. Hoists him up here. What's Rusev thinking? He just plants Gargano there with authority into the mat. Now Rusev again dropping a headbutt there. And what someone may not like Johnny Gargano backstage, because when he had that match with Aleister Black where he got destroyed in, he had a few weeks off, and now he has to face Rusev and Rusev's return. But Rusev out of the way of the enziguri again there though. Quick reversal there by Rusev as now back up on the shoulders. Gargano steps out the back, another super kick. And Gargano smartly going after the body and the lower legs here with a lighting tamer locked in on Rusev. It's maybe Gargano's way of winning this one by submission, wearing down a big man. Well, he's not much bigger height-wise, but strength-wise and size-wise, there's a huge disparity between Johnny Gargano and Rusev and Gargano here. Off the right springboard, catches him, turbo DDT. Well, Rusev's rocked here. Gargano sensing an opportunity here. And Gargano kick there. That may just riled up Rusev though. I thought he was going to go for the one final beat there, but we're just playing up to the crowd there. Was Johnny Gargano. As Rusev rocks by that kick though, it's a huge jab. And now Rusev fights out though. And Rusev with a huge shot of his own there. And Gargano at the back there. And Gargano now backslide, crucifix pin. Trying to steal the victory here over Rusev. But wasn't enough there. As Rusev out the way. catches him, hoists him up, knee there to the midsection, a huge roundhouse kick to the back of the head. What a combination that was by Rusev. And Gargano kicks out though. And maybe Rusev thought that was enough to get the job done, but Gargano able to kick out there. Now Rusev looking for a huge axe handle, but Gargano, well, you're sort of looking at Rusev, who just is screaming like Gargano here. And Gargano just telling Rusev to get to the outside of the ring. And Gargano with a speed back in the middle of the ring here. And the smoke on the face of Gargano there. And Rusev getting back in the ring. Super kick, reverse hit by Rusev. And a huge shot there by Rusev. As these two are exchanging huge shots middle of the ring here. And Gargano answers back there. And another super kick. But the plan didn't work to perfection for Johnny Wrestling, but he got enough of it there. As Gargano just stalking Rusev here. He's getting back to his feet. At the request of Gargano here. And it's caught midsection through the middle. And there's a huge flatlander there by Gargano. And Rusev is in position. We know what Gargano's thinking there. Super kick to put this one away. And there's a super kick there. Into the cover. But Rusev kicks out. And Johnny Gargano cannot believe that wasn't it. He put everything behind that super kick, got the longest run up he's ever got on a super kick. And it wasn't enough as Rusev again. It's just getting back to his feet after every shot. Well, back in the corner here. After every shot, he's getting straight back up as Machka kick. We haven't seen that in a long time. But Johnny Gargano kicks out. Well, what a matchup we're seeing between these two. An instant classic between Rusev and Gargano. It wouldn't be any other way between these two as an Alabama slammer here. But Gargano wisely out of the way there. And Johnny Wrestling now catches him. Victory roll. Super kick. Is that it? Rusev's eyes are out. He's out cold. But Rusev kicks out again. And Gargano just can't keep Rusev down, but he's looking in. The Gargano escape here on Rusev, trying to make Rusev tap or pass here. Can he do so? The Gargano escape locked in tight by Johnny Gargano. What a showcase we're seeing between these two in our main event. As Rusev, knee to the back of the head, punched right to the open wound. And Rusev flying in there, didn't get any of it there, but recovers in time. Sends Gargano off the ropes here, knee to the midsection. There's a huge roundhouse kick again. As Rusev now in control of the main event. This time, can he get it? The Alabama Slammer. And we know what that means. So Rusev is calling for the end of this matchup. He's sensing the accolade is near. And when he locks it in, Gargano would have no choice but to tap. Or there's just a strength from Rusev. And now Rusev just throwing Gargano around the ring here. And Rusev is smiling throughout this one here. As Rusev now is thinking, hoists up Gargano and slams him down with a Uranagi. And Gargano's in a bad way here. Well, if Ciampa is here tonight, he needs to get out there at some point. And Gargano caught by Rusev. And Rusev again with a Machka kick. And I think Rusev is just having fun at this point in this one. As Rusev now dragging Gargano middle of the ring here. Kick to the back. Locking in the accolade to make Johnny Gargano tap out and pick up his first victory. As Gargano struggling in the accolade, trying to stay into this one. But no choice. But Rusev still got it locked in here. The accolade still locked in on Gargano. And just as Gargano trying to force a break, as we look at the replay, as Rusev still got the accolade locked in here. Gargano's passed out, but Rusev still got it locked in as just as Gargano trying to just get Rusev off Gargano here. But Rusev snapped towards the end of that matchup. We saw a different side of Rusev than we've ever seen. And what a matchup we saw in our main event. And well, like I said, this matchup apparently has tight implications. We're going to find out more in the future, I imagine, from Adam Pearce. what he said, potential title implications for the winner, as he knew Rusev was making his return and his re-debut here tonight on Monday Night Raw. And what a matchup we just saw between Rusev and Gargano. At times it wasn't pretty, but at the end of the day, it was a classic between these two. Gargano here got everything behind that super kick, the longest run-up he's ever done. But Rusev somehow kicked out. And Gargano was busted open in that one by Rusev, who towards the end of that matchup was just, there was a different look in his eyes. He was smiling, he was having fun, beating down Gargano. As right here, I thought this would have been enough. That super kick there, rolled through by Gargano. But 1, 2, and Rusev just kicked out there. And there was the accolade locked in with authority. And well, Gargano no choice but to tap. And well, just like Gargano has forced a break from Rusev and Gargano. And what a way to end Monday Night Raw with Rusev back here in WWE, and clearly on a mission.